it took almost all the energy I could muster to get out of my apartment this afternoon and come on out to Starbucks and order myself a coffee with cinnamon, put a little cream in it, and to sit outside. It's my first day off in 8 or 9 days from work, and wasn't totally sure what I was going to do with it. I thought I was going to go golfing. I don't know. I wasn't too stressed about it, but I had kind of a productive, busy morning. I went grocery shopping. I did some laundry. I donated plasma. I cleaned up my apartment a little bit. I got home. I had some lunch. I started feeling sleepy. And while my sheets and comforter were tumbling around in the dryer, I was getting sleepier and sleepier. And my goal was to get them as dry as possible so I could lay in bed and take a nap. And I did that. And I woke up around 4:15 after a couple hours sleep, and I will tell you what, it felt good. And if you're like me and you take a long nap, it kind of can throw you off and you really don't know what to do or what day it is or, you know, what you want to accomplish with the rest of your day. And that was me this afternoon. So I was sitting there, checked out the weather report, said chance of thunderstorms at 5 o'clock, more possibilities at 7. Staring out my window, kind of just zoning there, looking at the sky darken, and the rain started coming down. And I said, what the heck, let's just stay in. But I honestly wasn't hungry. I didn't know what staying into my apartment looked like. And I said, what the heck? Let's go down to my car, drive past several coffee shops, and come to one of my 2 favorite Starbucks in Appleton, Wisconsin. So here I am. Clouds behind me. Pleased to report that despite the rain, the chair I'm sitting on is quite dry. Quite dry. Phlebotomist at the donation center. I don't know. I mean, there's all sorts of nice people that work at the donation center. There's men, there's women, there's young, there's old. Yeah. Let's see. Hello, Beanie Gaming. So, here I am. It's Wednesday afternoon. Drinking my coffee. It's got some cream in it. It's got some cinnamon. It's tasty. Kind of an overcast, cloudy, kind of dark sky all around. Chance that we're going to get some more storms. And kind of got a backlog. When I have downtime for the last, honestly, probably a couple of years, when I have downtime like I do today, I usually will edit some videos and post some shorts and reels and TikToks. All my lives become content in terms of short videos. Occasionally when I'm doing a live, I'll say something worthwhile. But I got a backlog of videos right now. And I probably got like 6 videos I'm waiting to post. I like to give a 2-hour break between my shorts and reels and TikToks just so I'm not... And I don't know if I'm successful at it, because if you're probably following me on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, you probably see a fair amount of my videos. And but I like to spread them out by at least 2 hours if possible. So rather than sit here at Starbucks on this Thursday afternoon, drinking my coffee, I could have done nothing. But again, I'm dealing with a backlog of videos already. So the motivation for me to edit more videos and create a bigger backlog just didn't exist. So I thought, what the heck? let's go live and see what happens on a Thursday afternoon from Starbucks in Appleton, Wisconsin. Again, I am here. I'm about probably 2 miles from downtown Appleton, which is straight that way, which is where I live. I'm along a busy road called College Avenue. Kind of really commercial area. We got a Panera right there, a Denny's over there. And kind of typical of most probably decent sized towns in terms of businesses. They got a McDonald's across the street, a Harbor Freight right over there, some various hotels, a Panera, and yeah. Don't tell. Isn't it Wednesday afternoon? What did I say? Did I call it Thursday afternoon? Proximity said my YouTube shorts come up for you a lot. Well, I'm not really that surprised. I post probably on average 4 or 5 videos a day. And yeah, I don't know. I just got a backlog of endless content. It might not even be valuable. You might not even care about it. I don't even know if I care if you care. But I care about it. And I think each one of them provides something to somebody. Perhaps just me. I mean, I watch my videos. And again, I'm a couple months behind in the editing. And a lot of times I think they're almost messages for me. Starbucks guys are taking the mat in. Well done, men. Just kind of got a chilly little breeze. It's supposed to be upper 80s today. I'm wearing shorts. I don't often reveal my legs these days. I used to always be confused why my dad didn't wear shorts more often. And now that I'm mid-50s, quickly approaching upper 50s, I find myself wearing shorts less and less as well, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, we got a cool breeze coming through. Made me think we're going to get a little more rain. And if we do, I'll sign off and go on into Starbucks and post some more videos. So be warned. Be warned. Let's see. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Share and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Someone else, I don't know who you are, someone else. You're very kind. I bet I know you, and I bet you are somebody who changed their name to remain secret. But I appreciate it. How is Wisconsin? Wisconsin's great. I'll often tell cash registers or cashiers or baristas or people I meet that I'm new here, and I came up from the suburbs of Chicago, and they'll always be kind of confused why I'm here. I think oftentimes in life we take we're here for granted. We take where we're raised, we take our hometown, the moment we're in for granted. And I think a lot of people do that up here. I'm enjoying Wisconsin. If I had to say my favorite part of it, it's not at all what I expected. I thought I'd come up here and be immersed in nature or fishing or hunting or camouflage or Green Bay Packers sweatshirts. And yeah, there's a lot of Green Bay Packers sweatshirts. There's a fair amount of camouflage. But I'm in a fairly urban town by the name of Appleton. It's got 75,000 people in it. It's got an awesome downtown. Lots of loud cars and motorcycles that drive down College Avenue. And but I'm really liking it. The people here are really cool, and seem kind and polite, and just like good people up here. Hey, someone else sent me $5. That's the kindest thing, someone else. I'm almost embarrassed to have you do that. There was a time about 6 months ago, I had left a job I had as a waiter in Naperville. My shifts were getting cut back more and more. Got a little rain coming down. And I was looking for another job. I thought I could get one real quickly in Naperville, and it didn't come as quickly as I'd hoped. And I was really hurting for cash. And there was a time when people would send me $5 or $10, and boy, I mean, it's always appreciated. Yeah, it's always appreciated. But I'm almost embarrassed getting it now, but it's still very much appreciated. That's kind of you. Do I want to hear a dad joke? Sure. Give me a dad joke. I'm a dad. I've got 4 beautiful kids. Simon McHugh, are you from Australia? By the way, is there a stain on my shirt? There might be a little stain. Does it? A little discoloration there. I was bringing the groceries up from my car, and I brought my thermos or my Yeti of coffee with me. Didn't shut the lid the whole way. Put the coffee in the bag and was carrying it up, and it tipped over on me. Didn't like that a whole hell of a lot. I might move my table in because we're starting to get a little rain on. And I'd hate to go with such a vibrant audience. Starbucks likes when I move around their furniture. Oh. They're hiring at both Starbucks here in Appleton that I go to. I really have no desire to work at a Starbucks. I actually have 2 jobs. And I'm making a fair amount of money right now because outside of today, I work every day at a reasonably lucrative job. But I don't know. All my life, people have said, "Oh, you should work at Starbucks." I don't know that I should work at Starbucks. Hello, Charlotte. Did I figure out my gimbal? I don't know. I'm hoping it just kind of figured it out. Itself out, Charlotte. I think I used it at the end of this morning's talk show, and I don't think I had a problem with it at the end. It may or may not be working. It may or may not be broken, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to worry about it too much. If I need to get another one, I'll get another one. 2 jobs. Do I get sleep? I did today. It's my day off. Job number 2 reached out yesterday, said I could come in and get a little more training today. And I said, well, you know, I haven't had a day off in a while. Maybe I'll skip the extra training today. How do I feel if there's no coffee? I feel just fine, with or without coffee. Someone else said they would create their own coffee business before I worked at someone else's. Yeah, no, I definitely would too. I don't have any real desire to be an employee almost anywhere. I think God has blessed me with an amazing amount of energy and positivity. Sometimes it's hard to take, but to give that energy and positivity and that work ethic, honestly, to a business in exchange for an hourly wage doesn't make much sense in my mind. Yeah. So generally, I've taken on jobs that are more kind of entrepreneurial. I was a realtor. I was a stockbroker. Even being a waiter, which I've done various times, you almost feel like you're an independent contractor a little bit. And I don't know. I feel better about that. Again, I was working at Target a couple years ago at this time, right after my second divorce, and making $15.50 an hour. Yeah. I kind of like the job though. Um, I don't know what some of these words are. Do I support colonization? Uh, I just don't know. Coach Will said he was a waiter in his 20s. I'll tell you what, it's you gotta hustle as a waiter. There's no doubt about it, and there's a certain level of stress that goes along with it. You're on your feet. You're going from table to table. You're going to deal with grumpy people more often or fairly regularly. But you can do well, and you can do fairly well. And I have a college degree, but even without a college degree, you can make fairly real money. And I realized that about a year ago when I went to Yellowstone and worked there for the summer. I didn't know if I'd have the energy in my mid 50s to wait tables full time, but I did. And I kind of enjoyed it and was making pretty good money out there as well. Under Sky said they have applied for 20 jobs so far. I wonder how you've applied for the jobs. Did you do it online? I think the application for jobs has gotten so easy, but it's so easy to reject applicants as well. Like I could go, if I was looking for a job, I could hop on Indeed and apply to 20 jobs probably in the next hour. Send them my resume and maybe not hear back, maybe hear back. But I know firsthand it can be pretty frustrating. And was living it, 6, 7, 8 months ago as I was leaving this restaurant job in Naperville and looking for another one. And I'd go in and apply. And sometimes I don't know that they took me seriously. I think a lot of jobs don't take me seriously. This might sound vain. This might sound vain. But I know I've worked. Do you remember the show Undercover Boss? It's where like the CEO of the company came in and had a very entry-level job position. And I know several jobs I've had, the people there thought I was the undercover boss. And maybe it's because I'm taking more entry-level jobs than my education might indicate I'd need to, or maybe it's because I carry myself with a certain swagger, certain confidence. Maybe it's because I bend over and pick up trash on the floor wherever I'm working, or encourage others, or whether I'm a manager or not, take on certain responsibilities that don't befit the job that I have. But whatever the case, I know it's happened. Somebody said getting paid every day is fun. It is. It's the voice, maybe. Yeah. I'm very well. I am very well. Why entry-level jobs? So is it for experience or just for fun? Well, honestly, I left I left real estate 2.5 years ago, and I honestly had no idea what I was going to do. I was a pretty good realtor. Did better than most, but again, after 17 years of doing one thing and leaving it and needing a job almost immediately, I didn't have a ton of job offers. So when I was offered a job, I said, hey, I got to get to work. I didn't have the luxury to be unemployed for several months or what have you. So I took the job and worked at it. It wasn't nearly enough money, but it was all right, and it was part of my story. So yeah. Someone else says, to everyone in this chat asking me to do stuff, you're in the wrong chat. Do other content creators go live and do tricks for stuff? I wonder. Do people do things like, do they? Like what sort of things? Like I was driving over here and I'm wondering what the hell. I never look at other videos. I really don't. I mean, I watch some videos from time to time, but certainly no live shows. Challenges? You were fist fighting for a living? What's been my favorite place to work? I really enjoyed the environment at Keller Williams, the real estate office. It's a really big franchise or really big real estate company. I was working there after my first divorce, and I needed friends and a family, and it provided it for me when I needed it. So I've always looked back fondly on Keller Williams. Everything wasn't perfect there, but it was good in a lot of ways. Yeah, really good in a lot of ways. What's been my favorite place to work, though? I don't know. Content creation, doing coffee with Ken. I'll tell you what, I enjoyed waiting tables last year in Yellowstone. I didn't enjoy living in Yellowstone, really. But as I was doing it, I remember going around one night saying, hey, I kind of like this. I'm pretty good at it. And the pay is pretty good. Strangely, I didn't really love being in Yellowstone. And most people think it'd be a dream to be out there and go hiking, but it wasn't my thing. A very popular thing. In fact, there's no level of stupidity they won't lower themselves to in order to get donations, likes, and views. Huh. Yeah, no, I just am a guy talking. I don't know if it's worth seeing. Everyone goes, what's the show about? Or what's the topic? There's really no planned topic. It's just a guy talking and drinking some coffee. Cobra Commander said they were happier before they saw some of the stuff going on here. So would you consider this wholesome content? Because I'll have people hop on and go, oh, good, just a normal guy, or you seem like a normal guy or a nice guy. I mean, I'm me. Yeah. AutoCan said people love a new old car. Yeah. I was thinking about that. I currently drive a Kia Soul, that white Kia Soul right over there. That's my car. I bought it last November. I didn't have a car at the time. I was driving my Suzuki Bergman around as my everyday vehicle. It was November. It was getting cold. My restaurant was cutting back shifts because it was a quiet time for them. And my money was getting tight in a hurry and decided to buy a Kia Soul. I kind of like it. It's functional as hell. It gets great gas mileage, and it's got more storing capacity than any other car I've had. Someday again, I'll probably get a fun car, though. Andrew said rain is coming. Oh, yeah, Andrew. I had to move the table closer to the building because I was getting dripped on. The running man is reality now. I'm a breath of fresh air from the chaos in the world. Sometimes my life feels pretty chaotic, but it's actually kind of simple now. Outside of missing my kids terribly and missing friends a little bit, but I'm doing okay. Kind of nice being up here alone outside of my little kids, my children. Uh, my life is simple. It's based around work almost all the time. And if I'm not working, I'm almost resting. It's not easy. I don't think many people could do what I'm doing or work the hours I'm working or do the jobs I'm doing. And create content as well. But I think for me, it works. And again, God blessed me with certain gifts. And one of them is a focus and an energy level that most don't have. You'd consider this honest journalism, which would be considered wholesome. So yes, here you are able to freely express yourself as you are, and you can share your knowledge and experience. I kind of feel I'm writing a book. No, I didn't go golfing today. I thought about it. I fell asleep when I got home from this morning, and it's kind of raining now, so yeah. I look like Dana White. Maybe. It's funny to be called wholesome. I mean, I don't swear a lot. I don't drink. I don't chase women anymore. All I do is work, rest, golf a little bit, fish a little bit, work out a little bit, go to church a little bit, and create content. Did I sleep most of the day? No, I had a productive morning. I had a productive morning, but I did get home and around 1 o'clock and slept, or 1:30, I think, and slept till about 3:30 or 4, and it felt good. Somebody's talking about Running Man for some reason. Yeah, it was a movie that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson in the 1980s, and I remember seeing it. I think I saw it live at the Tivoli Theater in Downers Grove, Illinois, and I see they have a new one coming off. Let's see, you give off dad vibes, which you are. Some of us are fatherless. It's a foreign feeling. It's interesting. I was talking to a young lady, and she said I remind her of her boyfriend's father, who she loves. And I don't know if it was the way I talk or she probably, I guess I don't know what her familial status is, or if she has a dad in her life, or what. Well, I guess if I give off dad vibes, that's a cool thing. Good afternoon, Thomas Bello. How are you? Richard Dawson did host the Family Feud. I don't know exactly the years, but he did. How often do I shave? Well, I shave every day. I did not shave today, so I don't truly shave every day. But honestly, I didn't shower today. It was a day off. I usually take a bath when I get home from work, but I don't even think I did that last night. But I generally shave every day. I've got some stubble on my face and head right now. Yeah. Brooks Channel. I don't know who this Brooks is. And Limp Bizkit has a song called Dad Vibes. I mean, Limp Bizkit probably has dad vibes. It's amazing how quickly time goes and how popular he was, I don't know, 20 plus years ago. And, yeah. No, Coach Will, no shower at all today. I'm like the anti-Brooke channel. I don't even know who this Brooke is. Oh, well, thank you, someone else. Starting to get rained on. It looks like there's blue sky behind me. Starting to get dripped on, though. You crashed your car today on your new license. Your mom is going to beat your ass. What do you do? Well, I'd reach out and tell your mom that you crashed your car. There was a saying in the brokerage business. I was a stockbroker from 1990 to 2000. There was a lot of unpleasantness to that job, but one of the unpleasant parts of that job was making very difficult phone calls to people that were in the process of losing a lot of money. And we would always say you make the hardest call first. And if you just crashed your car and you're worried your mom's going to beat your ass, which she may or may not do, I would say you call your mom and tell her you crashed your car and get it over with as quick as possible. Because even if she beats your ass, the anxiety created over your mother's response. I got a DUI 7 years ago. I think it was August of 2019. And I remember one of my first calls was to my dad and going, oh my God, I got to tell my dad. It's best just to get those calls over with. So I'd call your mom and let her know. Hello, Autumn. How are you? Well, we've got some other suggestions. Not everybody agrees with my strategy of calling your mom and admitting the car crash. But again, I'm not always right, but I am going to share my thoughts. Hide the car. I don't know how long you're going to be able to hide the car. But either way, yeah. Why did I have to tell my father I got a DUI? I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, I told you guys I got a DUI. I don't know. I don't have very many secrets in this world. And I want to be able to talk about my experiences. And I just can't imagine having a secret like that. Yeah. Drinking and driving ruins people's lives. Yeah, it definitely could have. I was fortunate. You know, I was in a empty spot of road sitting in my Audi A6 at a stoplight. I was first in at the light. I was coming home from a casino. It was probably like 1 a.m. or something. And I was sitting there, and at the time, because I've been drinking, I thought, hey, never seen how fast my car can go. And again, it was an empty spot of road, but it still shouldn't have done it. And I just stepped on it and apparently got up to like 106 or 9 miles an hour pretty darn quickly. So my car could have got going pretty fast. And about a mile later, there were flashing lights behind me. And I pulled into a gas station, and suddenly there were several cop cars there, and it was a super popular gas station in Naperville, Illinois that probably my most frequent stop. Did the field sobriety test, and I probably failed it miserably, and I know I was fairly belligerent. And I remember waking up the next day and feeling stupid and dumb for a lot of reasons. But as weird as it sounds, one of the things I felt worse about was that I was belligerent to the cop and the woman. She was probably a cop too, but I don't know what they call her, but I don't know, the woman that checks you into jail. And I kid you not, I sent them both apology notes. Somebody said the jailer. I guess she was a jailer. Something about being called the jailer seems very frightening, though. She didn't seem, I mean, yeah, I was stupid. I think probably most people that get arrested for DUI are probably stupid. Intake officer said Genghis Khan. Yeah, she could have been that. Yeah, I don't know. There was a woman there. I'm sure she was behind some protective thing and asking me questions. As you can imagine, the details are a bit hazy. Did I lose my license? No. I think it might have got suspended or something. It didn't even get suspended. I was a realtor. I didn't lose my job either. I had to put in one of those, what do they call it? I forget what they call it, but you blow into it devices, BAID devices, like BAID, I think, devices in my car. And that was embarrassing. But no, I didn't lose my job or my license. Yeah. An interlock system, Pat Paulson, but it's also, I think the brand name might be a BAID device, but yeah, it's interlock. But I think the brand might have been a BAID, BAID or something. And yeah, it was interlock. It's amazing how effective it is. It's stopping drinking and driving. They set up a camera. You have to blow in it to start the car, and then you got to blow in it every 10 minutes or so while you're driving. And again, if they wanted to stop drinking and driving entirely, they could put those in every car. I don't think they should, but if they wanted to, they could. Yeah, and somebody would make a lot of money from it. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if you guys ever put cinnamon in coffee, but it's pretty darn nice when you do. Oh, gosh, we've had a nice audience today. Pat says the government is deep enough in our business already. You're right, it is. I think I saw over the last couple days that part of, Trump's budget bill passed, and part of that is no taxes on tips for servers. And I've been a waiter on and off as needed in my life. And while certainly there's times that would have benefited me, I'm not totally sure what the reasoning is behind benefiting waiters in that way, because tips were always part of my income when I served. So I don't know. And again, obviously, as a waiter, you would appreciate the benefit, but I'm taking my thoughts out of it and saying why this class of people should be receiving this benefit, and I don't really understand the reason. Hello, Taz. I'm doing great. I did not golf today, Taz. I got a lot done this morning. Fell asleep in my apartment for 2 hours and had about enough energy to drive down to Starbucks, get myself a venti coffee with cream and cinnamon, and decided to go live while sitting here rather than edit some videos. Reason for that is because I already got a backlog of videos. I got like 6 videos sitting in my editor waiting to be posted. I just don't want to inundate my audience with extra videos. Waiters aren't the only people that receive tips. Well, of course they're not. True. But either way, I'm not sure why people that receive tips should or shouldn't pay taxes on it, I guess is what I'm saying. I mean, I guess the biggest reason it'd be hard for the government to track the tips I would have gotten as a waiter, because when I was in Yellowstone and somebody handed me $50 as they're walking out the door, how can they really track that? So maybe they're just throwing in their towel and saying, screw it, we can't really keep track of it in any way, so we'll just waive it. Can somebody explain the tipping culture in America? Well, it's all I know, really. It's all I really know. Generally, when you go to a restaurant, you tip the server, the waiter, or the waitress. And customary, I would say, is 15 to 20% of the bill is left as a tip for the waiter. The restaurant that hires the waiters knows that and will pay them a very low wage, realizing that most of their income's going to be coming from tips. I would guess in countries where they don't tip, I said earlier, when I was a waiter before, you feel like an independent contractor. You feel you hustle, you're going to get rewarded for it, and your customers are your customers, not just the restaurant's customers. So you're motivated to take really good care of them, or hustle, or pre-bus the tables, or get them the drinks, or make sure they're having a nice time. And without that motivation, I imagine service would not be as good as it is. And my guess is service in places that don't tip probably isn't that great. Somebody said I'd be a good life coach. I've started adding that hashtag, much to people's annoyance that don't like me. But I've started adding that hashtag to a lot of my videos. And I don't know, I got a lot of life experiences and an ability to tell a story. How much do I tip Starbucks baristas? I left $1. I got this coffee, it was $3.43, and I put $1 into their little box. That's how much I tip. Do I tip on refills? I don't know. I don't know. I may or may not. I believe the Starbucks employees are paid a regular wage. I think the baristas that work here make $17 an hour. So I would say most of their income does not come from tips, is what I'd say. Whereas when I was a waiter, there were times I was making like $3 an hour, and 90% of my income would come from tips. What does it mean when people say do something for an edit? What does that even mean? Or grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit. What does that mean? For some reason, I get that all the time, and I don't even know what that means. People are talking about P. Diddy. I really don't know anything he was accused of or anything about that case, really. I don't even know. I couldn't name one of his songs. It's a trend on TikTok. They don't need tips as much as waiters. No, they're paid uh, not, I don't want to call it a living wage, but I don't know what a starting barista makes at Starbucks, but I would guess $16, $17 an hour. The edit thing is just immature BS. You're curious as well. People post that in all the lives. Yeah, I just don't even know what they're talking about. Even if it's immature BS, Lamar Jackson, isn't he the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens? And they want me to grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit, and I just don't even know what they're talking about. Am I outside of Starbucks? I sure am. Drinking my coffee. Look, I'm at a Starbucks in Appleton, Wisconsin. Again, took a nap today, which felt great. Told a couple of my buddies that I'm going to be golfing with in a few weeks that I was definitely going to golf today. Hope they don't ask me how I played. I fell asleep. Let's see. You guys are talking about Diddy some more. Yeah. But anyway, what day is it? What day did I write on this video? Did I say Thursday? Is it Wednesday? I don't know. The last 2 or 3 weeks just seems like a blur to me. And if I wrote Thursday, I apologize, and it's Wednesday. I am at a Starbucks. I mean, it's in the city of Appleton, but I'm probably 2 miles from the downtown where I live. What's funny is there's a Starbucks a block from where I live, and for some reason I go to this Starbucks and one on Wisconsin Avenue more, and just like to sit out on the patio and have my feet up and drink some coffee. Yeah, I don't know why. There's a Starbucks 200 yards from where I live in downtown. It's kind of got a hotel vibe, though. It's not like doesn't have the vibe I want. Aren't there smaller cafes that have better coffee? It's interesting you say that. Yeah, there's several great coffee shops, and I don't know what I consider a great coffee shop. I had my daughters come into town over Father's Day, and they wanted to go for coffee, and I bragged about the coffee shops to them, and we went into all the various coffee shops till they decided which one felt right for them. And there's like 4 or 5 really what I'd consider cool coffee shops in downtown Appleton, not counting the Starbucks. But for some reason over the last week, I've decided to hang out on the patio here, and I don't know. I don't know if the coffee's better. I don't really care about that. I mean, this coffee tastes great. I don't think the coffee's going to be anywhere better. But yeah, there's some cool coffee shops in downtown Appleton. Golfing is a vibe. It's only a vibe. I've only played 9 holes twice this year, and I didn't play at all last year. I'd like to play a little more, and I reached out to a buddy up here that I work with. He wasn't available to golf today. I was going to go by myself, but again, I decided to not. Got a bird trying to join my live. Fishing is where it's at. I enjoy fishing. I've been out 3 times this year. I have not caught a fish. I would say I'm a really pretty darn good fisherman too. I am. I know how to fish. I mean, I'll tell you what I'm not good at. I'm not good at baseball and basketball. But I'm a really good fisherman, and I still haven't caught a dang thing this year. Is there any gay bars there? I don't know. It's weird. When I was, a young man, are gay bars still really a thing? Or is being gay so common now that there's almost no need for gay bars? And I don't know what the answer is, but I remember, again, I lived in Chicago downtown, and there were gay bars. And there was a gay area between where I lived in Lincoln Park and Wrigleyville. It was called Boys Town. And it was weird. This is going to sound homophobic, and it probably was, but I was almost scared to go there. But now gayness is so commonplace, I wonder if there's still gay bars. Dream Man says they would be scared too. Well, thank you, dang it, Nancy. Not a great name. I think it was called Boys Town. It was right north of Wrigleyville. And, yeah, they had a pride parade, which was a big deal back then. And now every town's got a pride parade. Can I sing happy birthday to you? No, I don't feel like singing happy birthday. It would feel disingenuous. Well, the sun's coming out. The sun is coming out. Let's see. But anyway, it is Wednesday afternoon. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining today on this Wednesday afternoon Coffee with Ken. And I appreciate you guys for hopping on this very unannounced show. And I hope if there's any new viewers out there, you subscribe to my channel. It grows a little bit every day. And I go live every morning over some coffee. It was just me talking. There's really no topic. Am I wearing sunscreen? No, you don't get sunburned at 6 o'clock at night. I know the sun is brilliant on my head, but the sun has to go through so much atmosphere now and so much ozone that you can't get sunburns at 6 o'clock at night. But I appreciate you caring. And I appreciate you guys hopping on today and being a part of my show and following along in my little adventure. And I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're feeling good, enjoying your Wednesday. You're loving yourself. You are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.